Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about this Firespike where I'm standing right underneath it. Doesn't that sound lovely? This is an incredible plant, and the other day I was walking in my garden and I suddenly thought, oh God, I got a Firespike, so I want to talk about it. It's a lovely, lovely plant because look at these beautiful leaves and it's got this brilliant red. So welcome back to my channel. My name is Alice and I'm the Red Soil Gardener. Now the thing about this Firespike, I just love it, is first of all, it does grow very tall. Now I'll give you one reason why this is even taller, is basically I had this Duranta here and it actually made this Firespike be under the shade for a long time, and so with the result my Firespike did start growing really tall looking for the sun. But since I've cut it, this is when I saw this brilliant flowers. The color is amazing. Now this is what makes this particular plant really dramatic. Now I'm waiting for it to flower, and after it does flower I'm going to cut it down and actually ensure that I get a much smaller bush and fill it out by doing our daily pruning and pinching. The other thing about this amazing flower is that hummingbirds love it, bees love it, birds love it because it has sweet nectar. So they do flock here and they do put their little beaks in here and try to get that nectar. Now the thing about this plant, it is drought tolerant moderately, but it does like full sun or partial sun. It can work for this plant. However, if it does get extremely hot, and although it is drought tolerant, do give it a bit of water. It'll appreciate that. Propagation of this plant is very easy. You can do a water propagation or you can do a soil propagation. And if your soil is wet, all you need to do is get your stem, look for your node, and then just place it in the soil and you'll have the plant already rooted and it'll start growing. So now what I've done, we're going to do a quick propagation here, is I have these plants and within seconds they started wilting. So I'm going to put that one aside. We're going to work with this one because it's good. Is that when you do pull the stem out, what you notice is that the little baby leaves are coming out here. So all you need to do is look for the node and cut just across like that. And with that, place it in water like this. And I may just remove these big leaves because we don't need that many leaves. So I'm just going to snip it. Now, once you do this, you make sure that your node is in water. And basically, here's my propagation, which I did a few weeks ago. And then you get your rooting from the node. So what I'm going to do with these ones is I'm going to actually plant them just behind my Firespike, and once it starts growing, I would like that area to just be Firespike. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put these ones aside and then I'm going to do a soil propagation. Here I am with really well drained soil, and all I'm going to do is make my cuttings, and what I'm going to do is place them in here and then do a soil propagation. So here I am again with my stalk, and what I'm going to do is just remove these little side leaves, baby leaves, and I'm going to cut this one off, and I'm going to cut the other side off, and then I'm left with this one. So what I'm going to do is actually just take it just above the node. I'm going to cut it just about here. So I'm going to snip it there, and then I'm going to put it in the soil. So here we go, just simply like this, the node submerged. Here we go. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. Again, remove the bigger leaves here because we don't want it to disturb our process. And again, remove the side ones and cut just below the node. And I'm going to put this one in the soil again. So there you have your water propagation. You have your soil propagation here. And this is the result of a few weeks of water propagation. So you could either use these two methods, and as I mentioned earlier, what you could do is you have your plant, and if it's the rainy season, make sure you've just cut your plant just above the node. And what I would do with this is actually stick it in the soil where you want your plant to grow, because it will actually propagate itself. You will get rooting, it will grow into a bush. So you can either do it this way, but if your soil is wet, I would actually just dig it into the soil. So thank you so much. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, where we will be posting all these propagations and also give you tips on plant care. And don't forget to DM us and also share your tips, ideas, everything, because we're both learning about gardening, and it'll be very interesting to see if you've got something to tell me, and I'd love that. And don't forget to follow our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and like and press that notification button. And have a lovely, lovely day. And don't forget to go and look for a Firespike.